These are the top 10 best heavyweight boxers of 2024. We are going to rank them according to their performance. So most importantly, their 2024 performances is what is going to determine their rankings. So the top 10 best heavyweight boxers of 2024 are as follows. At number 10, we have Andy Ruiz from USA. He has not fought in almost a year. The last time he fought was last year when he beat Luis Ortiz. So that's the reason we are putting him at number 10. But he has an upcoming fight against Jarrell Big Baby Miller. So if he wins that fight, he's going to make it maybe into the top 5. But for now, we are leaving him at number 10. We move on to number 9. Number 9, we have Zhilei Zhang from China. Zhilei Zhang had back-to-back fight against Joe Joyce in UK that he won by knockout. But he recently lost to Joseph Parker in his most recent fight. That's the reason we are leaving him at number 9. And he has an upcoming fight against Deontay Wilder. If he wins it, he's going to make it into the top 5. So we move on to number 8. Number 8, we have Deontay Wilder, the bronze bomber from USA. He recently lost to Joseph Parker. That's the reason we are putting him at number 8. So, and he has an upcoming fight against Zhilei Zhang. If he wins it, he will have another fight against Jarrell Anderson. And if he wins it, we are going to put him into the top 5. Number 7, we have Daniel Dubois from UK. So Daniel Dubois recently beat Big Baby Miller, Jarrell Big Baby Miller. He knocked him out in the UK. And he has an upcoming fight against Filip Hrgovic. If he wins it, we are going to put him in the top 5. In number 6, we have Filip Hrgovic from Croatia. He has an upcoming fight against Daniel Dubois, and he is currently undefeated. He does not have any loss on his record. He beat Zhilei Zhang. That's the reason we are putting him at number 6. If he beats Daniel Dubois, his rankings will improve. We might even see him in the top 5. Then we move on to number 5. Number 5, we have Ajit Kabayel from Germany. He is undefeated. He beat Derek Chisora 6 years ago. And in his most recent fights, he beat Islanbek Makhmudov from Russia, who is a big heavyweight that most heavyweights are avoiding with a very high KO ratio. But Ajit Kabayel was able to knock him out. And then in his most recent fight, he went against Frank Sanchez from Cuba, who was also undefeated. And Ajit Kabayel also won by knockout. That's why we are putting him at number 5. And then we move on to number 4. Number 4, we have Joseph Parker from New Zealand. Joseph Parker, in his most recent fight, he beat Deontay Wilder and Zhilei Zhang. That's the reason we are putting him at number 4. Then we move on to number 3. In number 3, we have Anthony Joshua, who recently knocked out Otto Wallins and Francis Ngannou. That's the reason we are putting him at number 3. Then we move on to number 2. Number 2, we have Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury recently lost his WBC belt. He went for the first undisputed heavyweight champion in the 4-belt era, where the WBC, WBA, WBO, IBF belt were on the line against Alexander Usyk, and then he lost the fight by split decision. That's the reason we are putting him at number 2, meaning the only man who can beat Tyson Fury is the man at number 1. And who do we have at number 1? Alexander Usyk from Ukraine. He's a WBC, WBA, WBO, IBF, and IBO heavyweight champion. He has all the 4 belts and plus the IBO belt. So he's the current undisputed, the first undisputed heavyweight champion in the 4-belt era. Alexander Usyk. And then we are done with the top 10. There are 3 boxers, heavyweight boxers, that did not make it in the top 10 that I want to give honorable mentions to. The first one is Jarrell Anderson from USA. If Deontay Wilder beats Zhilei Zhang, he will fight Jarrell Anderson next. He's very young. Then the other one is Martin Bakole from DRC, another big good heavyweight. The last one is Efe Ajaba. He's also good. He only has 1 loss against Frank Sanchez. We are done. Subscribe and then